Hello and welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. On this segment, we interview my first captain, Ryan Arcidiacono, a guy who embodied the total spirit of Villanova basketball in his hard play, in his smart play, the way he included his teammates, and how he took pride in Villanova basketball and Villanova University as a whole. So, from a guy from right down the street in the Chamonix, Ryan Arcidiacono. So, Arch, to be honest, it was a slew of questions I wanted to ask you when we first started this. How did you feel in 2016? Who did you feel in 2018? All these different things. But I think the most appropriate question to start this off with is the fact that last time we were in this theater together, we had class, and you actually met your girlfriend, Kristen, who's in the stage. Oh, I said stage. Crowd, can you please give Kristen a hand? Arch. Just going to start it off with an applause. I think that's pretty good.
It's good enough.
So, Arch, can you please elaborate on that class that we had? And if anybody else was involved, please tell us about that class.
Well, the class was, you actually weren't in the class, but it was myself and Chris Jenkins. And Kristen was in the class and had not met her, but I thought she was an attractive-looking young girl. Approached her, asked her like a couple sly questions, you know, just introduced myself.
Yeah.
And then we just hit it off ever since then. You would come into class.
So I was in the class. I wasn't in the class, but I could physically come into the class.
Yeah, well, when they checked, like, all right, who was in class, your name was not on the list, but you came into class like 2 or 3 times, and our teacher kind of kicked you out a few times. So it was always great to see your presence within the classroom because you were a very popular guy on campus, especially with the girls and guys in the class. You want me to elaborate more?
No. You did a great job of telling everybody how I just intrude on classes.
No.
Thank you.
We loved it, though.
We're gonna switch gears because I honestly thought that was gonna go a lot better than what it did. I thought you were gonna say, we were in the class and we were best buds, and then we put on a performance together. That was how I remembered it. You remembered it as
we got to keep it real.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it real.
Transparency is our thing. So thank you for that. We're just gonna leave the class thing alone for right now and jump right into the championship years. Obviously not the most important because the stuff building up to it is what made it. But I have to ask you, you pitched that ball back to Chris Jenkins. He makes that shot. How do you feel? I'm pretty sure you've been asked this a million times, but how did you feel after that shot went in?
Oh, even if he missed it, I still felt like I made the right decision, and our team had gotten to a point that no one really thought we were going to be able to get to. We didn't get out of the first weekend my first 3 years, so after getting out of the first weekend, we were kind of playing with the house's money. So we really had no pressure on us, and I knew even if we lost that game that we did something no Villanova team had done in a long time. So I know after Marcus Page made that crazy shot that the play we were going to run, and I knew that I would have to make the right decision, not to shoot the ball and try to get all the credit, but just to embody what our team did throughout the whole season of having great chemistry and just kind of having that blind faith in each other, and just had to make the right decision. And I always say thank God that he made that shot because we all were going crazy. First time in 31 years, and it was definitely an exciting moment for our team and the university.
That's perfect. Okay. So after the shot goes in, and obviously you're as big as a hero as anybody because you made the right play. Villanova in so many ways about making the right play, and you made the right play that day. So you fast forward a couple months. What happens after you graduate from Villanova and you go out into the professional basketball world? What was the start of that journey for you?
The start of the journey, I went undrafted in the 2016 draft, signed a training camp deal with the San Antonio Spurs, got cut from the Spurs, and then played for their D-League team, the Austin Spurs, that year. The following year, I had a few mini camps and free agent workouts, and was able to latch on with the Chicago Bulls Summer League team. And then played a few games, and then I was able to sign a 2-way contract with them, which is new in the NBA this year, where you can split time between the G League and the NBA team up to 45 days. So for a person like me and a player like me, it was a great thing to be able to come in to the NBA and get your foot in the door. For a lot of people who don't think you can play in the NBA, this happens to a lot of guys, that it's a foot in the door and you can show that you can play in the league. And played 24 games this year, felt really confident about myself, and then just finished up summer league with the Bulls again. And free agent now. I'm hoping something works out with them, but it's been a good first couple professional seasons.
It has, it has. It has been a great couple years for Ryan Arcidiacono. We're going to take a quick commercial break and have a word from our few sponsors, and we will get right back to you guys. Thank you. Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. We're here with Ryan Arcidiacono, and we have talked about the past and the present for him. Now it's time to discuss the future. Arch, what do you see next?
Hopefully seeing myself playing a Chicago Bulls uniform next year, or any team that would love to give me a guaranteed contract, or just continue to break through that door and that threshold of becoming a full-time NBA player. I thought like I said before, got my foot in the door in the right direction to convince people I am an NBA player. I think I am, and just have to keep kind of breaking the mold and just, like I said, break through that door and keep playing my game and just stay confident in my abilities and trust it.
Yeah. Well, if there's any consolation, you know, I also feel as though you should be in that position. Can I ask you?
Appreciate that.
If you had to choose any place outside of Chicago, because I don't want to put you in a jam, but you had to choose any place outside of Chicago, where would that be as far as the NBA landscape?
As a kid growing up, a Philadelphia Sixers fan, you would love to play. I'm sure any Villanova player who's from the area would love to play for the Sixers, but they have a great roster, and I would be dumb to not say that any team who would be willing to take me on and give me some money and give me an opportunity to play, I would love to go there, whether it's in Oklahoma, whether it's in San Francisco, wherever it is, Minnesota, it could be anywhere. But I think for a person in my position, beggars can't be choosers. You got to be able to just kind of go where it is and go from there.
I feel you. That's great. That's great. That's great. I have to ask something, and you know, it's a huge theme coming into Villanova. You know, it's something that we talk about with Coach right on our visits. I'm pretty sure you remember this. Life after basketball. So, you know, obviously we all hear the saying, you know, the ball's going to stop bouncing at some point. You know, you're not going to be able to move how you used to. You're not going to be able to play. What do you see yourself doing, you know, after the ball stops bouncing?
I see myself within basketball still. I think that I'm trying to take advantage of the opportunity of being in the NBA right now and communicate with coaches and other coaches that I've met throughout the process of my young career. So hopefully communicating with them and kind of keeping a good relationship with all of them and establish myself as a guy who can play in the NBA and kind of see talent. I would love to be able to either get into either a front office role or kind of stay within the basketball of coaching on the NBA side. Because, I mean, I would go back to college as well. I just think the recruiting now is just a full-time, 24/7 job where you have to worry about kids and classes and who's on time and who's doing what not. NBA coaches, it's strictly ball and strictly basketball, so they get to focus on that aspect. And then once they leave work, you get to go see your family, get to go see whatever.
It takes on a different
so you're not constantly worrying about if a kid's missing class or if a kid's coming into class that he's not involved in or something, you know? So something along the basketball side. How about you? What would you like to do?
I have no problem worrying about if, you know, kids are missing class or walking to classes, especially if they're welcome in those classes. I have no problem being that guy. But, you know, for me, this might be it. You know, this might be it in many ways for my life after basketball. I don't know. You know, I'm just like this. I'm experimenting.
I think we both try to focus on the here and now and then worry about that when the time comes.
How wise of you.
That's what
Thank you.
I try to take it day by day because I might be overseas. I might be in the D League again. I don't know. You just got to kind of just play it day by day and keep a positive attitude and go from there.
Thank you. Any more cliches? Day by day, positive attitude, step by step?
It is cliche, but I mean, I really try to take it day by day and just try to be a good person on and off the floor, and hopefully that takes me to the best place. And I'm not trying to BS you. I'm just
no. It is just
that's just me.
It's just you have to. It is so hard to not like you're just. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap it up there. We have Ryan Arcidiacono, our second guest on Stay Tuned with D.Rey. Stay tuned for his career and see what happens next with him, and stay tuned later for Life After Basketball. Arch, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, D.Rey.
You be cool. Like you be cool, man.
Yeah. How'd you get to here? You know, this is. This is a nice little product I got in Chicago.
Has anybody from Villanova like given you shtick about it? Like what happened to the hair?
Is that a punchline like stick? Like my hair sticks? Like
no, sorry, no, like like giving you like a problem. Like for example, I come back with the tattoo.
Yeah.